Anastasia. Many people who are named Anastasia celebrate with the resurrection, but there's actually Saint Anastasia, and she has the title of the pharmacist. So if you're a pharmacist today, she is the patron saint of the pharmacist, because she was going from place to place and healing people with the medicines of that day. Also, we read a long list of the ancestors of Christ, and if you're anywhere on that list of ancestors, so if you're like an Abraham, Sarah, Isaac, Jacob, Rachel, all the names of the men and women on that chain, today is your name day. There are many names that are captured there. This morning before Divine Liturgy, stand up, Sarah, for a second. It's about This is Cristo and his wife Sarah, and Alina. Sarah became Orthodox this morning before Divine Liturgy, and Alina is her godmother. And so we welcome you, Sarah. This is like the third one of those we've done in the last month, which is great. A couple of announcements this morning. We will have 3 services for Christmas. One of them will be tomorrow. It's called the Royal Hours from 9:30 to 11 in the morning. This is not a liturgy, just a service where we offer prayers, read prophecies from the Old Testament, and the Gospels of Christmas. It will be from 9:30 to 11 tomorrow morning. On Tuesday, Christmas Eve, we have 2 divine liturgies. One will be at 9:30, preceded by Vespers of Christmas, and at the Vespers of Christmas, we read 8 prophecy readings from the Old Testament, and then in liturgy we read the Gospel of the Nativity, and then we'll have a divine liturgy at 7 o'clock on Tuesday night, followed by a dinner sponsored by a HEPA. It is my hope that everyone will come to church for at least one of these liturgies so that we leave Christ as the centerpiece of our Christmas feast. Counting the wins for our community, I wanted to share with you that our Christmas candlelight service here today was very well attended, almost a full house, and we thank Carol and Tony Fotopoulos for providing the dinner for us that night. Yesterday, our Goyans and our choir members went Christmas caroling at one of the area nursing homes, and today we have our Metropolitan Ministries holiday tent event, and I want to say sold out. There were 50 spots for volunteers, and they all filled really quickly. So great job to our community on these opportunities for service. That's what being in church is all about. It's not about what we're receiving, but what we're giving. It feels really good to give, and it feels really good to give to charitable causes, to brighten people's days. That if you go on our Facebook page, you'll see the choir and the Goyans Christmas caroling. You'll see older people who are like in tears because they're just enjoying being ministered to in that way. So what a great thing. Thank you to everyone that's involved in these very worthy causes. All right, so I have a trivia question. If you were in the women's Bible study, don't answer this because you got this the other day. But at the end of the Divine Liturgy, when I say the final prayers in front of the icons, there are 5 people that are mentioned by name in every Divine Liturgy. There are 5 people in every Divine Liturgy who are mentioned by name. So who are those people? Who are those people? Who knows one of those people? Joachim, that's one of them. Anna, that's 2 of them. Who? St. John Chrysostom, only at the Divine Liturgies. At every other service, when we conclude the service, I should have said at the liturgy, at every service, there are 5 people. So Chrysostom only figures at a liturgy. Virgin Mary, that's one of them. Who else? Who? Yes. Joseph, no, not Joseph this week, but not always. Good guess though. All right, so we got Joachim, Anna, Virgin Mary. Who else? John the Baptist. One more. The most important one. Christ. All right. We got Christ, Virgin Mary, John the Baptist, Joachim, and Anna. I'm going to come back to that. That factors into the sermon this morning. All right. So, what does the word faith mean? Someone define what faith means. What? Believe without seeing. Okay, so I want to interview someone in the congregation, and who's who I'm looking for. Either a high school student that is a sophomore or a junior, or a parent of a high school student that is a freshman, sophomore, or junior. All right? I need either a sophomore or junior in high school or a parent of a freshman, sophomore, or junior in high school. I don't want any seniors. So who will volunteer? Okay, Madeline, come up here. You're taking a big chance here. Now, here are the questions. Do you plan to go to college?
Yes.
Do you know that you're going to go to college?
No.
Why don't you know that you're going to go to college?
Because I haven't graduated yet.
Okay, so you don't know if you're going to graduate. You haven't graduated. Okay, good. Do you believe that you're going to get into some college?
Yes.
Why do you believe that?
Because I'm going to work. Because I know I'm going to work hard in the future to get into a college.
Is there a clearly defined path for what it takes to get into college? Is there a clearly defined path for what you have to do to get into college?
No.
There's no clearly defined path of what to do?
General guidelines, but not specifics. It's exactly what you have to do.
Okay, so what are some of the general guidelines?
You have to have certain grades, like the general rating of grades, pass tests.
Anything else? All right, that's good. Do well on your on the SAT, get some good grades, that's good. We're almost done here. Do you know other people who have gone to college?
Yes.
Who do you know that's gone to college? Just name a couple people.
Okay.
Are you modeling your path after their, have they told you what the path was when they went to college? Have they told you what path they followed?
No.
So so do you think they got good grades in high school?
Probably.
Do you think they did well on their tests?
Probably.
Okay, so are you modeling your path after that one, or are you like making your own path?
Model.
Okay, so you're not going to like go out and do your own thing, like maybe I'll try to go to college with bad grades, right?
No.
All right, so next question. Who do you have faith in as it relates to college? Who do you have faith in? Who are you putting faith in as it relates to going to college? Yeah.
I guess the people who would read your admissions letters and your teachers.
Okay, so the people that the system, okay, the college, the admissions board, your high school teachers, okay. And last couple questions. Why do you want to go to college?
So that I can set myself up for a good future.
Have you ever gone to college before?
No.
So how do you know that you want to go to college?
It's just what we're told to do.
What we're told to do? Now you know this is something else. We're told to do, okay. Have you seen other people go to college and have like success after college?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen someone go to college and just like have a terrible life after going to college? Yes. After college? But generally after you go to college, you should have a pretty okay life, right? You know anybody who's gone to college and had a pretty good life afterwards?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. All right, this is Madeline Moran. Thank you, Madeline, for your help. All right, so faith is based on believing without seeing. Although faith is not just the blind faith, but many times faith is based on the experiences of other people who have gone before. Just like Madeline has never gone to college, she wants to go anyway because she knows people who have gone to college and it's been a good experience for them. So many times our faith is not just what we think, but our faith is based on what other people think and what other people experience. There's no way that I would be standing where I'm standing right now if it wasn't for the faith of my parents, who took us to church every Sunday. When we were 3 years old, they did not explain to us high theology. We didn't understand that. For us on Christmas, we loved going to the Christmas service because we got to stay up late. We didn't understand the birth of Christ or any of that. We just understood, we get to stay up late, and then we get to open presents because Santa comes while we're at church. So that was good enough for us. All right? So if it wasn't for the faith of my parents, I probably wouldn't be standing here right now. The Old Testament gave 450, that's a lot, 450 clues about things that would be fulfilled in one person. 450 clues about things that would be fulfilled in one person. Like the person hoping to go to college, there are people who are waiting. There were people back then who were waiting in faith to see what would happen next. They were waiting to see what things would be revealed to them. And then, as we read in Galatians, when the fullness of time has come, Jesus Christ came to the earth, and all 450 things were fulfilled in his life, in his person. Jesus Christ came to dwell among us at a defined moment in time. That's why when we say the creed, we spend 2 words out of our 205 words of our statement of faith to use the name Pontius Pilate. Pontius Pilate was not a saint, he was actually a terrible person. But we put his name in the creed because the crucifixion happened at a defined moment in time. He was a historical figure, so was King Herod. He was a historical figure. He lived at a certain time. So we know that Christmas happened at a certain moment in our history. It's not just a fabricated story. Jesus came from somewhere, like we all come from somewhere. There were 42 generations that went before Christ. He didn't just drop out of the sky from nowhere. He came from somewhere. And so today we're talking about that somewhere in the gospel lesson. There are 42 generations from Abraham through David to the Christ. The map pointed through the covenant of Abraham. If you don't know what that is, read Genesis 15. From the covenant of Abraham through 42 generations to the time of Christ. In the gospel lesson today, we heard the term the deportation to Babylon. Why should we even care about that? Because that was a significant event in the lives of the people of Israel. The people of Israel before Christ thought that God dwelt in the temple. Solomon built this beautiful temple. And they thought that the Lord dwelt there. And before the time of Solomon, when Moses got the 10 Commandments and he put them in an ark of the covenant, and the ark went wherever people went, and all the people thought, God is in that ark, God is in that temple. And at the time of the deportation to Babylon, all the people of Israel got kicked out of Jerusalem, and the temple was destroyed, and all the people were sad because they thought that God had died. They thought all hope was lost. And while they were in Babylon for many generations, there were prophets there. Again, when you read the prophets, Hosea, Joel, Amos, etc., these are prophets who are telling people, don't despair, God is not dead. You have to believe that God is not dead, that God is alive. Your life stinks. You've lost your homes, you've lost your city, you've lost your country, you've lost your freedom, you've lost your joy, but God is still great, and God is still going to take care of you. And somehow these people believe that. They didn't have, as the college example, but we know people who go to college. We know that every day someone who goes to college, and someone who graduates from college, and people who do wonderful things after college. We know those things. We may have to believe them for ourselves because we know them through other people. These are people who had to have faith. That's why we're reading in the epistle today about Gideon and Samson and other people who came before Christ who believed all this, that there was going to be a joy for them even in the midst of their sorrow. All the characters in the Christmas story, and we heard the Christmas story last week, told so beautifully by our Sunday school students, all the characters in the Christmas story had faith. Starting off with Joachim and Anna, who didn't even make the Christmas story last week. Joachim and Anna were righteous people, they were older people, they were faithful people, and they never had a child. And at that time, understanding of people not having children was that they were lost favor with God. Of course, we don't understand child bearing that way anymore. But these people, they had to have a great faith because everyone in the society was talking about them. And then God said to them, in your old age, I will let you have a child. But you won't see that child grow up. You just have to take faith to have this child. This child is going to be special. This child is going to be the one that's going to bear my own son. And so the Virgin Mary was born to them in old age. And they had her for all of 3 years before they put her in the temple to be raised by the priests of the temple. And they died shortly after that. They weren't around when she came out of the temple. They didn't have the joy of seeing her grow up or to know their grandson, the Christ. They didn't have that joy. Yet, of the 5 names we say at every service in our church, it's Christ, the Virgin Mary, St. John the Baptist, and Joachim and Anna. Their very, very important role, which goes unrecognized, is very crucial in our story of salvation. Mary had a crucial role, obviously, but what role did she have? have. That was, if you think about it, if someone wanted to cast you as Mary, what terrible role. You're going to have a child by misunderstood means. Your child is going to grow up and be hated by people. Your child is going to die. And you're supposed to embrace that and say, I'm the handmaiden of the Lord. Okay, I'm all for it. I mean, Mary, who we adore more than any human being, had the most difficult role of any human being. Joseph, his role was difficult. Take this woman, she is pregnant, not by you, and go ahead and somehow maneuver through society in that way. And Joseph is like, okay, I'll do that. The shepherds, forgotten people, they weren't even included in the census. They had to have some faith. Why did the angel come and talk to us? Who are we that we should go and see the Christ child? The Magi left their country for 2 years, and then presumably it took them 2 years to go back. And who knows what they went back to? These were successful, famous, well-to-do people who left everything and went to see Christ, to follow a star. God's plan for salvation is like a puzzle. Imagine a puzzle that has millions and millions of pieces, billions of pieces. And every one of us holds one piece of that puzzle. And we know, if you've ever done a puzzle with like 1,000 pieces, it takes you like weeks and weeks to do it, and you get to the end, and you're like, oh my gosh, we have 999 pieces, and one of the pieces is missing. You know, anyone ever had that happen to them? You feel like defeated, deflated, your kids are angry with you. You're angry with the puzzle company. You're angry with whoever you can be angry at. Like, we're like those pieces of the puzzle. When it's all said and done, at the end of time, God wants that puzzle put together, and it's a puzzle of everybody's salvation. Some people are edge pieces, some are quarter pieces, some have many colors on them, and some are plain. But every single piece fits in order to make the puzzle complete. We've made Christmas, sadly, a feast of food and family and shopping, and there's nothing wrong with those things. But the centerpiece of Christmas is Christ himself. The greatest gift ever given, the greatest gift we can ever receive is Christ. Today we take our place in that line of the 42 generations. If a generation lasts 25 years, we are now 82 generations past Christ. We are in the 82nd generation. What faith will our generation hand over to the next generation? Will the faith stop in our generation, or will it continue on to an 83rd generation? Going back to college, we have people going to college for generations. And maybe you are the second generation or the third generation to go in your family. And your children will become the fourth or fifth or sixth. Because we hand over to them an expectation. When you go to college, you get a job, you get a family, you raise kids, they go to college, they get a job, they have a family, they raise kids, they go to college, and it goes on and on. And so we need to, while we're doing that with our kids, we have to say, we believe in God, we serve God, we pass God to our children, who will serve God, who will spread God to the next generation, and on and on. We have to be doing the same thing with our faith that we're doing with our kids when it comes to college. We've all spent our time decorating, cooking, and shopping. Hopefully, there are 2 days left. Hopefully, we don't need to use them. But I ask and I challenge you to spend some time this Christmas praying and sitting with Christ. Find a few moments for yourself. Come early to one of the services, sit out in your backyard under the stars, take some quiet time for yourself, and sit with Christ to be with him on this holiday. The last thing I'm going to say before we leave this morning, in the bulletin today there was a prayer request card. I'm planning on Christmas Eve to spend most of my day sitting in the church with Christ. I'm going to see the sunrise and the sunset in the church on Tuesday. And I'm going to spend my time praying and talking to him about many people, including all of you. If there's something you'd like me to talk to Christ about on your behalf, please write it on the card or put it in the box over there. And I will spend all day on Tuesday reading and praying over these things. I've collected many for the festival. I've got many names from our community, Facebook, priests of the Archdiocese, all kinds of people I know to talk to Christ about all of you and all of your challenges. That is my gift to you, and that is most importantly my gift to myself. To shut down everything for one day so that I can sit with Christ on his birthday and just be with him. I invite you to come, and I pray that you will come tomorrow or one of the liturgies on Tuesday so that we can be with him on his nativity. May God bless you.